What's up, guys? Jeff Dobson, J. Richard Photography, and welcome back to another behind the scenes video. This time you're going to be with me behind the scenes of a recent engagement shoot that I did. It was, it was an incredible session downtown Greenville, down at Falls Park. When Robbie and Shannon were just, they were so much fun and so cool to hang out with for this whole session. So I'm gonna bring you behind the scenes, and I'm gonna watch along with you and kind of tell you what is going on as we go through the video. As always, if you have any questions about any sort of settings that I used or why I chose a particular setting, fire away down in the comments. This entire session was photographed on the Canon EOS R6, and I used the 85 1.8 and the Tamron 35 f1.8 to capture all these photos. So anyway, let's jump in, let's take a look and see how it went. We get started an engagement session. Hey, I like to pick a location that's important to the couple. They got engaged at Falls Park. And that's a very important tip when you're doing your engagement sessions, is try to find a location that is important and means something to your couples. It just invokes a lot more emotion, and it just gives it a better feel to the whole day. So I always start off with what I like to call the safe, almost engagement type picture that every couple's used to doing, side by side, hand up on the chest. And as a bit of a posing point, do make sure you have her put the hand up on the chest, not on the belly, just because the hand is going to go wherever the eyes will go wherever that hand is. So make sure it's up on the chest. And so here, finish the look with the hand in the pocket. We're gonna have her move her hand up on the chest, and then take the photo there. Very safe, very easy, nothing complicated about that shot. But then the cool thing is you can show them the back of the camera, and as soon as they see that first one with a beautiful bokeh background, that nice blurry background, they're gonna know that this is different than any other photographs they have had taken if they've never had professional work done. So anyway, next we move on in through the park, and I always like to have couples start out standing kind of far apart, and then I ask them to get closer together. And then from there I'll ask them to get even closer together, and like nuzzle foreheads, get real close together. And usually it is going to lead to laughs when you do that. And like I say, when shooting weddings and engagement sessions, keep shooting through the pose, through the moment, because that's where the magical pictures come in. And that's what we got here. They bust out laughing and got some incredible shots. And then you get this moment as well a lot of times where they just naturally hug right up, and it's just a comfortable pose for them, and it's just beautiful. I mean, you've already put them in great light, so just take advantage of what they do naturally. And again, starting out, I do like to show them some of the back of the camera, just to keep them excited about what they're seeing, let them know that there are great pictures that are coming out of the session, even just right off the bat. It just helps me relax as a photographer, knowing that I have great shots, and then helps them relax too, knowing that they have great shots coming as well.
Yeah, so just like hold hands, like you're on a date. Just hold hands.
And then here, I like to ask couples to feel like they're on a date. If y'all were just walking downtown and down in the park and saw this table and decided to sit down and just have a conversation, right? That's what I want them to do. Of course, on an engagement session, if they're not sure what to do with the hands, I'll always try to lean into having the left hand with the ring in the picture, which is what we did here. Had them hold hands with the left hand up. Just kind of keeps that theme of the shot going. Here we moved on to a really cool little bridge that's right down in Falls Park. Got him leaned against the railing, so we have some nice leading lines. I do like to feature, the male in a lot of these photos, just to give them some, just featuring them, and with his bride to be, admiring him, which was really cool. And you saw we did have the hand get moved into a position that allowed for it to be featured a little bit closer.
There we go. All right, now look at each other. Yeah. Hold that for one more second.
And you can see here with the rotation, I'm rotating the camera, I try to mix in the landscape shots and the portrait shots, because you don't know what they're going to want to use for their save the date, the invitation, things like that. And if you want to try to get any of your work, featured, it helps to have a mix. Here, I love the leading lines of the bridge. I got them right in the middle. We actually got a quiet moment with not a lot of people coming out. So I was able to get them right in the middle of the bridge with all the lines coming right in on them. And yeah, was able to just get a beautiful shot right here.
Yeah, you can do it too, though. Gorgeous. Good job.
So here, I took them over. The lighting is not great here. It's directly overhead sunlight. But this exact spot on the bridge was so important to him because this is where he proposed to her. So I just let them go kind of, sit in that spot, just let them go back to the proposal, and just kind of let what happen there. Not a whole lot of direction was needed, because I did just want them to enjoy being back in that spot.
I think she would say yes again. I think so. I would hope so. Okay. So go up to the shaded area.
And then here we I moved them now into the shade to get some good light on them and a little more direction. It's always important when we're coaching your couples, giving them any kind of prompts, to make sure the hands are involved. Otherwise, a lot of times hands will just hang down by your side. And so that's why I told them, get your hands involved there. That way it creates more of a connection, and it just looks more natural than with hands just hanging down by their sides. So here, as we were walking through the park, I saw this opening in the trees and bushes that I just knew I wanted to be able to frame them in this opening. And so I just had them go down in the exact spot I needed them in, and just, it was one of those, I was like, just be together for a few moments, and just let it, just let naturally happen, whatever you're feeling. Kiss as you want to, hug as you want to, just talk, relax, have a good time together. And here I'm just framing up a few different options here, exactly how I wanted to see it come through with my eye, and we were able to get it. Here we're getting a shot. It's called we call it the Medusa tree, or I call it the Medusa tree. That tree is kind of on the outcropping of the rock, so you can see all the roots coming down.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And so it's always a popular spot. I like to try to somehow incorporate it more creatively than just standing in front of it, which we will stand in front of it and get shots, but I do like to try to incorporate something a little different. So I had them sit on this bench, and then shooting it with the 85 makes it feel closer and puts the roots into the background a little better.
More. Yep, just stand right there. Kind of stand on the edge of the concrete. So a little bit. There we go. Same thing, we'll do.
And then here again, just another, and I'm okay with doing several kind of safe poses throughout the session. for one, it just gives them even more options when they're trying to pick the save the date and choose, what they want to use for that. So I am okay with that. Here, I found a nice covered area where a good tree canopy really diffusing the light coming down on them, gave them a spot to sit, relax out of the heat, and we're able to get a few more frames here. At this point, we're all getting pretty sweaty, pretty hot, so finding a nice cool place for them to be able to sit and relax definitely helped out. Another thing I'm a big fan of on these sessions is movement. So have them walk towards the camera and not engage with me or the camera. I want them to be, engaged with each other while they're walking. Sometimes you can have them bump hips, things like that, but they just kind of naturally fell in. Here, we're just, as we're walking through the park, saw another place with really pretty light coming through. And so I put them here where they'd have a nice backlight on them coming right through the trees. Again, featuring the ring, hand up on this chest, and then getting a few shots here in this good light.
Give me one of those where you nuzzle your foreheads together. At least get close without. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Now look at each other for a couple. There we go.
And out here we're down, I have the park with the waterfall in behind them, of course, and I've gotten one just kind of normal frame there, and now I'm setting up to do a Brentizer method, the panorama that I'll stitched together in Lightroom. I think it wound up being, 24, 25 shots. We could probably count the shutter clicks here, but you just shoot across, down, back across, out and back till you get everything you want. And doing that, in this case I got the 35-1.8 on, so you're getting a really wide with a shallow depth of field and that you can't typically get in camera. And I think it turned out really cool. And then here, I like to get at least one or two shots featuring just the ring, since, that is the big piece of the story, is that they're engaged now. And this is one of my favorite ways to feature it. It's her holding his arm. You'll have a little bit, his jacket, her dress in the image as well, and just playing with different depths. So it's always a shot that's good to feature. Somehow is the wedding ring whenever you're delivering this gallery of engagement sessions. The last bit of the session here was we saw this swing right there and there we were in. Had some beautiful greenery behind it and gave them a chance, again, one more time to just relax. So I had him sit, her kind of lay her legs over his, and just be in the moment together. And then I have a go-to, one of my favorite things to do to get a funny reaction out of couples is I'll have the guy whisper in her ear and always say in your sexiest voice, and then describe how to make the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so it gives the funniest reactions every single time.
How to make you the perfect peanut butter jelly sandwich. Can you do that? Right. So you pull her in close. Pull her in close and tell her.
And so, yeah, that was it. Quick, it was like an hour type session. Went really well. We got lucky with the weather. I mean, it was just everything you'd asked for. And I would encourage, have these engagement sessions, built into your packages, offer them. If you're getting started in photography, it's a great way to kind of go build a portfolio, is offer your friends and people that are engaged, free engagement sessions, if you want to build them. And then again, like I said, pick locations that are important to them, where they got engaged at their home, any place like that matters to them. They're going to really like being in a spot like that. And then just go let the day unfold, prompt where you need to. It doesn't take a lot, and have fun with it. Again, tell the couple, treat it like a date, schedule a date around it. That way they can, they'll be dressed up and just have a lot of fun with it. So anyway, I hope you learned something from that. If you did, I would love for you to like it, subscribe. That way you can see even more of these videos as they come out with more tips for shooting weddings and engagement sessions and things like that. So anyway, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.